You are listening to the Mark Lesko podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko podcast.
What's up, Penguin peeps? Welcome to the Mark Lesko podcast. I'm your host, J. Rod, and this is Penguin Central. You know, they just got back from Sweden, and they had themselves, 50-50. And the subject for the drop pockets, we'll lose one, win one. Oh, that Friday game just irked me something awful. Doing my job, just seeing highlights and looking at my phone, seeing the score. It was 1-0 the whole game. And, of course, I'm sitting there just sweating, seeing if they could pull it out with 3 minutes left. And then, of course, I checked it at 150 and tied it up. And overtime loss, Oh, I want to say his name. I just recently learned that goalie's name. Oh, Shilos? I don't know if that's – I don't want to butcher it again. I know it's not Silvos, but the goalie Shilos, I think that's how you say it. I'm going to hold it, but I'll say that man still, just to make sure I'm not saying it wrong. But he showed up that whole game, and then the rest of the team just fell apart. The whole defense looking at the whole recap, painful as it is. This 2-1 loss in overtime. Didn't even get the points. They scored equally, 1-8 in the first period, and that's when they got the one goal when they shot only 2 freaking shots in that whole period out of 12, and the Nashville couldn't get anything going, and then that last goal within 2 minutes tied it up. Again, the face-off percentage, I think the Penguins just have to accept the fact that we're never going to win the face-off battle. I don't know what it is about this team that just loves to go on defense immediately, but they just don't care to win the face-off battle. But it doesn't really seem to make a difference because, again, when you're only holding your opponents to 2 goals a game, that's about as good as you can ask for. And, yeah, we block shot them. That should have given something away. And they had more giveaways than us, and we took more takeaways. But, again, you can't always go your way. And they just had that time, and it's just about as rough as it could be. But, good for Malkin for getting the 1 goal. But, when you show up with only 17 shots, I don't know, being at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I don't know what that would be for Sweden's time. But, yeah, I don't know what happened. They just looked so sluggish basically halfway through the second period. We were doing just fine, but once the third period came along, they just made some bad choices, and Nashville took advantage of it. And still, 5-9-4, that's just terrible. You should never let a team with that kind of record, when you have such a good streak going, to let that happen. But, again, you can't win them all. It's just unfortunate that went down. Hopefully we can get rid of that and move on to the next game. But with that, moving on, then we did this. As we should have, shutting them out, looking completely silly. I know there's only 22 shots in this whole game. Again, and they just need to up it just by about 5 or 6. If they can get about 28 shots on goal every game, I would feel a little better. But again, this is the Predators. This is not a good team. They are doing a lot worse than we are right now. And when you see that the Penguins just decide to just start shooting everything, and look at this. Murashov, I don't want to say his last name wrong again. The thing I dread about doing the Penguins coverage is that all these names, I don't want to ever butcher these guys' names. They play too hard and do too much just not to have me butcher their names. But Murashov, that's what it looks like. Did a great job. He's absolutely shut out a bad team, but you showed up. You did what you needed to. Again, Crosby, Malkin scoring again. These old-timers doing what they need to do. And they took care of business pretty much at the beginning of the game, and that's all they needed. They had no real pressure. 11 shots to 2 in the first period. Goodness gracious. And then the second, they outshot us 8-4, and then they outshot us 11-7. But Mr. Murashov stayed strong. He absolutely came to life, and he absolutely earned his first real win as a goalie. I mean, Parker Witherspoon, Malkin Crosby, and then Blake. Oh man, it's nice to know that they could do this, not falter again. It's great to know that we're done with the series. We tied it up, 1-1, and we split the series. Again, even with all the Penguins' penalty problems, they still don't have any issue, and they keep getting out hit all the time. The Predators had more giveaways. We did have a little more block shots than them, and yeah, they had several takeaways to just a couple that we had. They are absolutely looking like a team that will stay the course. Like they are going to be in the mix in the Metropolitan Division for sure. They are not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. So thank goodness for that. Again, I do my darndest to try to cover as much of these things as possible. But, with hockey, all you have to do is see if there's any injury updates, see how the players played. There's not really stories that go on with the players, off camera. Because, again, NHL is completely different than football and baseball. Like, there's no drama in hockey. I mean, all the drama is taken out on the rink. Like, that's what I kind of like about hockey. Like, you got a problem, smash the guy into the freaking wall. That's what they need. And it gets all resolved. And, you don't see as many fights as I remember watching hockey. Those guys would just like rip the helmets off and gloves and just start wailing on each other, something awful like a boxing match. And closest thing, we've had to real boxing in a long time. It was the entertaining thing. I'm sorry. I know many people don't want to see someone get their face smashed in and all the blood coming, but hey, it's kind of the thing that keeps this sport kind of civil in the way of like, they know their whole demeanor is just to take it all out on the, rink, get that puck in the net, and you're done. Like, there's no real off the rink drama. That's really what I like to know. And this team does not have, I mean, yeah, you have guys that have been on this team for quite some time, and they are royalty for a reason. The three guys with Letang, Malkin, and Crosby, they have earned their right to know that they're leaders, that they want these guys to succeed, and they want to be a part of it. So Dan Muse, his head coaching so far this season has just been great. I mean, if we step back for a sec and take a look at the standings, let's see here. Bring this up for you guys. So, I mean, if you look at the Eastern Conference in the Atlantic Division, the Bruins, they're 12-8. They don't have a single overtime loss. Good for them. Yeah, their last 10 games are 8-2. They have just soared up to the top of the Atlantic Division. They have really come alive. And, the Red Wings, they're right there in the mix. It's been a long time since I've seen the Red Wings look like they want to do something. And, yeah, Florida's really down there this time. And Maple Leafs, yeah, I think they haven't won a game since they beat us. So, but yeah, the Devils and the Hurricanes are holding strong. We still have the 2-point lead over the Islanders, the Rangers, and the Flyers have gone back down. And again, the Blue Jackets and Capitals. Look, goodness, this is such a random top four teams in the Metropolitans. I don't think anybody saw any of these teams doing anything close to this. All the New York teams are supposed to be doing something, and also the Caps. Like, that's what they all expect. But we're taking care of business, guys. It's about, what is this now? We're 10-5-4. That's 19. We are about a quarter of a way through the season. And again, we still have so much more to play for. There's 75% of the season left. And with that said, let's go to the empty net conversation and just talk about these next two games that we're going to have. Because they're flying from, Switzerland back to the United States, they're going to be not playing until Friday and Saturday again. So this weekend, we'll have the series once again, and they're going to be home for the Wild, and they're going to be home for the Kraken, I believe. And if I'm right about this, let's take a look at the Western Conference. The Wild, I mean, they've won 2 in a row, so they're 9-7-4. Not that, abysmal. They're kind of right in the middle of the Central Division. And with the Pacific, I mean, the Kraken are 9-4-5. They've won 2 in a row. They're kind of hanging around with the Ducks and the Kings for top seed. I mean, they're putting up points, guys. So, I mean, if we look at it, they actually have allowed more than they've scored. They have a -1 differential. Their last 10 games are 5-2-3. So, I mean, they're a little all over the place. But if I break down the Wild now, they're -5. Like, they've given up more goals than shot, but they're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. I mean, let's break this down then. Like, for the Wild series or game, I'm going to say in the first period, we will allow them to go up 1-0, but we'll score 2 goals in the second period, make it 2-1, and then we'll score 2 in the third. They'll score 1, and that would then make it 4-3 Pittsburgh. So I'm predicting a win for that one. And with the Kraken, I don't know. I think that I'll say it. I mean, in the first period, I think they're going to score 2 goals. We'll be down by 2-0, and I think we're going to score 2 goals and tie it. And then the third period, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to go into overtime, and we're going to win. I think they're going to score 1, and we're going to score 1 in the third period, make it 3-3, and we're going to go into overtime, and we're going to win that game 4-3. So we'll win these next 2 games. They'll be close matchups, but that'll put us in top of the division again, depending on what the Devils and the who's the other team? Hurricane. Yep, Hurricane. The Devils and the Hurricane, to see what they do after that. But again, we have so much more season left, guys, and we're right up there with them. So it's been a good start so far. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys for the next one. And until that time, guys, let's go Pens.